hello. Show me on your fingers. How are you doing this afternoon? Is it a thumbs up? Are you a little tired? Thumbs in the middle? Hopefully no one's a thumbs down. A little bit tired. I understand. Amazing. So yes, my name is Mrs. Tab. You want to say it again? Mrs. Tab?
Mrs. Tab.
You guys are going to be awesome. I can tell already. So let's see here. Mrs. Tab, yes, I used to be a teacher, but guess what else I am?
What?
An author. Does anybody know what that means? What does it mean if you're an author? My friend in the back. Yep, you.
Author means we draw the picture.
Oh, you're so close.
Like the what?
You got it. Oh my gosh. You know, an illustrator. And somehow, Mrs. Tab has found herself as both an author and an illustrator. I wrote a book that you may have heard of before. It's called Albert. And it looks like a little potato person. And Albert loves to find a magic line and draw settings and things like that. So that is what I do. I'm a teacher, but I'm also an author. So I thought, you know what? I wonder if I could find some kindergarten friends to do a little writing with today. And your awesome teacher, Mrs. Poole, said, I've got some kids who love to write. And guess what? I saw some of your writing. I'm impressed. You guys are excellent writers. Give me a thumbs up if you like writing. It's okay if you're like, nah, not so much, Mrs. Tab. I'm right here. Because guess what? By the end of our time together, you might change that thumb from here to here. Okay, that's fine. I love it. All right, so let's quickly talk about what we have going on today for writing. Love it. Okay, so thinking about this idea about writing, because why do people write? A lot of times, some people are like, you know what? I don't like writing all that much. I don't like writing, but here's the deal. If we don't like writing, guess what else we're saying we don't like? Books. Who likes to watch TV and movies? Guess what? That's writing. How is it writing? Because the actors, what do they have to do in order to figure out what to say when they're acting? They have to read something that somebody wrote. Yes. So even movies that we watch, everything is writing. When we hear a really cool speech that somebody gives, guess what? That's writing. Everything is writing. And that's why people write, because our words can literally change the world, because it can change how people think. And so writing is so cool and it's so important. We're going to learn something today called the writing process. Everyone say writing process.
Writing process.
We're going to unpack this in just a second, and then we're going to pick one little piece of it, and we're going to do a little work together. Okay? All right, so we're going to look at this writing process. The other thing we're going to talk about is an illustration, and you guys already know what that means. That means the wonderful pictures that we're going to draw. Yeah. Do you see the difference between this picture and this picture?
Yeah.
It's a pretty big difference, isn't it? Yeah, there's a couple tricks I can show you if you want to make your pictures even better. Although, I gotta say, I saw some of your work around here and it's already looking pretty good. But maybe I can give you a few more tricks to help you illustrate well, because I understand in April, when you guys come back from spring break, you get to do some narrative writing, and you're gonna get to do some writing about fairy tales. I love fairy tales. Those are some of my favorite stories. So if you're gonna be writing those kind of stories, guess what? Your illustrations, do you think they're going to be super important or just a little bit important? Super important. Absolutely. Okay. And then we're going to just talk a little bit later about how writers do different kinds of things, right? Are you guys writing letters right now?
Yeah.
Uh-huh. And you're writing letters, and there's certain kinds of thinking that has to be done when you're writing those letters, right? But then when we switch and we start writing fairy tales and personal narratives, then guess what? The kind of thinking has to also change. So we'll talk a little bit about that later. But our job today is one, we're going to learn the writing process. Repeat after me. I can.
I can.
Oh, thank you so much for repeating my body and my words. Are you ready? I can.
I can.
Learn the writing process.
The writing process.
Try it again. I can.
I can.
Learn the writing process.
The writing process.
Now I want you to tell the person sitting next to you, what are we going to be doing? So you're going to turn, you're going to go like this. I can learn the writing process. Tell your neighbor, ready? Go.
I can the writing process.
Excellent. The writing process. That's exactly right. Excellent. 5 more seconds. 3, 2, 1, and 0. I love it. Give me 2 claps in the oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So good. Just take a minute. Just take a minute. No words. Just look. Because I'm going to ask you to tell me some things that you notice about this in just a second. So just look at all the things that are happening up here. I'll give you the middle. It says the writing process. Now just look around. Who has something that they would like to tell me that they notice? Yes. Anything.
All of them are different, and they all have different words.
They're all different, and they all have different words. What else do we notice?
They all have different colors.
Different colors. That's so important. Yes. Or the arrows.
Arrows.
The arrows, yes. Oh, and even the fact that you notice there are arrows. I love that. You see how the arrows are pointing to the next thing and the next thing? What else do we notice? Yes, my friend in the plaid.
They all have different pictures on the side of them.
They do have different pictures. And look at those pictures. What do you notice about those pictures? Can we just stop right there? She said, I see a light bulb. If you see a light bulb sometimes when we're learning, what does that remind you of? Does anybody know? Yes.
Idea.
Oh my gosh. He said an idea. You are so right. Does anybody else see a light bulb and think, ding, there's an idea? Yes, an idea. So guess what? What number do you see above that light bulb?
1.
Number 1. And it says pick an idea. And then my friend also noticed that there are arrows all over this board. So let's follow the arrow to number
2.
And it has, that's interesting. There's, what do you see? A hand. Why do you think there's a hand right there?
You count how many things.
Yes. She said you kind of count some things out. That's why the hand's there, because the hand is going to remind us that when we're writing, we have to have a plan. We don't want to just grab a paper, grab some pencil, and then just start writing whatever comes in our mind. No. We have to stop first and we have to think, what do I want this to say? How do I want to organize my words to get them on the paper in a way that can be read by other people? So that says plan it out. Follow the arrow to number
3.
Ooh, what do you see? That's pretty easy, right? Tell your neighbor what you see. Go.
White
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, you guys are so smart. 2 claps and oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's right. It says right. And look, we have a hand and it's busy doing what? Writing. Travel around here. Number
4.
It says you've got to revise. Ooh, that's a big word. Everyone say revise.
Revise.
And it says make it better. So I'm just going to tell you what that means. And look at this arrow even right here. That means when we're writing something and we get it down on the paper the first time, we don't just say, whew, that was good. Okay, I'm done. Put my folder away. Time to move on. No. Writers, especially authors, because remember I told you I wrote a whole bunch of books, right? When I write something, I never write it the first time and say, okay, I'm done. I always go back and I look at my writing again and I ask myself this question: how can I make it, what do you think? Better. That's all revise means. Make it better. Follow the arrow.
5.
Look at that picture.
That looks like the same.
What's that? An X. What color is it?
Red.
Oh, and I see a circle. Ooh, everyone say, you've got to edit. Yes, say you've got to edit.
You got to edit.
And I bet you guys already know what that is, because I heard you guys do COPS during OG. And you study how to capitalize things and you make sure everything in your sentence is where it's supposed to be, right? Guess what? That is called editing. And that means fix all the things. Who's ever had to look at a sentence, you had to make some corrections? Maybe you forgot your capital letter and you're like, oh man. Or maybe you didn't put enough space in between your words and you're like, ooh, I got to fix that. That's editing. And it just means fix all the things. And then we have one more step. Sixth step. That's the last step. And it's the golden step. This is my favorite step. This is when we have done all this hard work and then we get to send our work into the world. That means somebody else is going to read it. Ooh, and that's exciting. Okay, so remember, what was our target today? Our target was remember the writing process. How are we going to remember all that? That's a lot to remember, isn't it? Should I teach you a little chant to help you remember this? Okay. Are you ready? You have to use your body. All right, sit up nice and tall. There we are. Hands in your lap. And then if my body moves, your body moves. All right. Let's get our throats ready. Here we go. First things first.
First things first.
I need a little bit more energy because it's the afternoon. Are you guys about to go to sleep?
Yeah.
You still taking that? Okay, let's wake up. Here we go. First things first.
First things first.
Pick an idea.
Pick an idea.
Second step.
Second step.
Plan it out.
Plan it out.
Third step.
Third step.
Right.
Right.
Fourth step.
Fourth step.
You've got to revise.
You gotta revise.
What's revise?
What's revise?
Make it better.
Make it better.
Fifth step.
Fifth step.
You've got to edit.
You got to edit.
Look at my face. I have a serious look on my face. I need a serious look on your face. Yeah. You've got to edit.
You got to edit.
Edit means
Edit means
fix all the things.
fix all the things.
Last step.
Last step.
Golden step.
Golden step.
Send your work
Send your work
into the world.
into the world.
Give yourself 2 claps and oh yeah.
Oh
That was so good. Okay, we're going to practice that a few more times and then we're going to land right there at the top because I think we should do some writing together. But when we write, we're going to go through the writing process. Why is this important? Because this teaches you how to get a piece of writing from your brain to the paper all by yourself. And your teachers will be here to help you and to give you some ideas to coach you along the way. But guess what? If you learn this, you can do writing all by yourself. And all you have to do is come and get a writing lesson and learn something new to make your writing even better. And then you get a chance to go do your own writing and it's going to be awesome. Sound good?
yeah.
Okay, let's do it one more time. Here we go. First things first.
First things first.
Pick an idea.
Pick an idea.
Second step.
Second step.
Plan it out.
Plan it out.
Third step.
Third step.
Right.
Right.
Fourth step.
Fourth step.
You've got to revise.
You gotta revise.
What's revise?
What's revise?
Make it better.
Make it better.
Fifth step.
Fifth step.
You've got to edit.
You got to edit.
Edit means
Edit means
fix all the things.
fix all the things.
Last step.
Last step.
Golden step.
Golden step.
Send your work
Send your work
into the world.
into the world.
Beautiful. Give yourselves one more hand. I love it. Okay, we're going to land right here at the top. First things first, pick an idea.
Pick an idea.
And then later, would it be okay if I came back another day and did writing with you again?
Yeah.
So the other days, we'll get into this. But today, we're just going to land right here on pick an idea. Because when you come back from spring break and you're doing your fairy tale writing, your personal narrative writing, I bet your teacher's going to say, when we're writing narrative stories, we're going to pick a story from our lives and you're going to have to think, ooh, I need an idea. Sometimes as a writer, they will give you an idea and you have to write about that idea. But and a lot of other times, they don't give you an idea and you have to think of your own idea. Yeah. So when we do that, I'm going to give you a couple of tricks that'll help you with that. So we're going to stay right here on pick an idea. First things first. So let's take a look at this. What even is an idea? Just look at my friend right here. Look at my friend. Oh my gosh, now he's down here. I see that white ball. Oh, and then look what my friend is doing. Just look, take about 10 more seconds. What do you think my friend is doing? What is that picture showing? Actually, instead of hands, let's do hands down. When you have your idea, I want you to pull it out of your brain and hold it in your hand. And when it's right here, I'll know that you have something to say. You ready? So what is my friend doing? When you know, pull that idea out of your brain. Here we go. Waiting on a few more hands. Awesome. Now you're going to have 15 seconds to explain what you see in this picture happening to a neighbor. Ready? Go.
The